Residents have dubbed it the Battle of Berendo Street, and as they fight to save a stretch of road from turning back into what the LAPD recently called a gang-run drug-dealing hub.
Our Leo Starworth joins us live with more on why these residents are so angry. Leo?
Ellen, they're not angry. They are absolutely fuming. And they're fuming because they say they have to take on the city, and they're not afraid to do it. And at the center of their fight, the planners you see right there.
They got past being upset. This is actually in the comedy stage.
More than 30-year resident Steve McCarthy saying when a gang-infested homeless encampment terrorized his Los Feliz neighborhood for well over a year, residents couldn't get the city to respond to pleas for help, so they took action. Steve saying those operating the encampment suddenly picked up and moved off the block roughly 2.5 weeks ago. After that, he says residents put in these planters along the block to prevent another encampment from cropping up. The city cried foul, saying residents didn't have a permit to put the planters on city property.
If this is your street, I'm asking you as a man.
This morning, there was a confrontation between city work crews looking to remove the planters located on Berendo Street in Los Feliz and residents demanding they stay put.
The Battle of Berendo is still going on.
Steve saying it's a battle because he and other residents felt like hostages in their own community when the encampment set up shop in their neighborhood. Now that it's cleared out, he and other residents want to make sure it stays that way.
Well, if you lived here for the last year and a half and seen what we went through with a known gang, which I watched sell drugs on the street, literally, bike chop shop, they were running prostitutes.
Residents saying with the encampment gone, they put in planters, making sure there's enough room for anyone, including wheelchair-bound people, to freely move about the block. The city didn't see it that way. Elena Stern with the LA Department of Public Works issuing this statement. Obstructions, such as fences and planters in the public right-of-way, require a revocable permit by the city of Los Angeles. We removed 3 planters, and the rest were blocked by residents. We are currently assessing options.
We are in the middle of an affordability crisis,
Resident Colin Harmony saying removing the homeless doesn't solve the homelessness crisis.
We're also, in the midst of a mental health crisis. I mean, people aren't getting the support services that they need, so they're on the street. And so, where else are people really going to live? I mean, you can kick them out if they're just going to go somewhere else. Horrific for the people who are living on the street, and it's can potentially be harmful for people who live in the vicinity to people who are living on the street. I mean, it adversely affects everybody.
Eyewitness News has been at the forefront of covering this budding battle between residents and the city, and as one resident told me, it ain't over by a long stretch.